Hey everyone, Shebim here and welcome back to the second part of the main part of our Fyter Fest AEW Universe Mode show. Right, both these teams are in desperate need of a win. As I look back at the rankings currently, both of them are a -1, both with one loss from one match. So one of these two teams after this match will get themselves back onto the level playing field, while the other team will join the Butcher and the Blade down on 0. So, what has happened? So Proud and Powerful lost to Best Friends in the first round of the Tag Team Championship Tournament. And SCU lost to the Dark Order in the first round of the Tag Team Championship Tournament as well. So that's why both of these teams are struggling. And of course, one of them has a chance here to really turn things around for them moving forward. The other team are going to fall into obscurity. I'm sure the Inner Circle would love for Proud and Powerful to really start to pick things up a little bit. Of course, the Inner Circle know that gold means power. And with Jericho not in the AEW Championship match, Hager still has an opportunity, but with Jericho not in that match, I'm sure they'll want to try and get Proud and Powerful as strong as they can in the tag team division, to try and get some gold at least. Nice takedown there by Ortiz on Christopher Daniels. Xavier, though, taking Santana down the other side. It's quite even at the moment. So we've got 4 matches for you in this half. We've got, of course, this match. We're going to see Lance Archer versus Dustin Rhodes. We have a great inter-promotional match set up for you, which should be very interesting as well. And then our main event, like I said before, I'm playing Devil's Advocate. We're going to have our second qualifier for the Elimination Chamber at Blood and Guts to crown the first AEW champion. It's going to be all 3 members of the Death Triangle Pack, Fenix and Pentagon. All currently on 1 point from 1 match. It'll be interesting to see which team or which member will make their way into that match to join. Of course, Hangman Page is already there, ready to go. And then, of course, over the next 4 episodes, next 2 Dynamites, next 2 Darks, we're going to have some more qualifiers, and it's going to be pretty fun, actually. There's going to be some very interesting matches. I think Dynamite this week is going to be very interesting. Main event of Jake Hager versus Lance Archer for a place in that chamber. How insane is that match going to be? As Ortiz now taking down Daniels middle of the ring. Nice kick. Big German suplex there by Kazarian on the outside, and Daniels taking down Ortiz middle of the ring now as well. SCU in some control, and there's a big backbreaker there by Daniels. And a code breaker on the outside by Kazarian. SCU looking very, very good here. Daniels looking to lock in those Angels' wings and hits it. There's the pin. Santana hasn't noticed, but wow, Ortiz able to kick out of the Angels' wings. I thought that was done then. Daniels now taking down Ortiz. Santana on the outside, looking for the Hurricanrana on Kazarian, but Kazarian fights back into the powerbomb. Wow. Brutal maneuver on the outside there by Kazarian. And it's SCU looking in some control now. Kazarian suplex on the outside on Santana as well. Daniels here wrenching back at the arm of Ortiz. Wow, into the arm breaker. Daniels now dropping Ortiz into the corner. Daniels taking a breather on the outside. Not quite sure why he's dropped to the outside like that, to be honest. Ortiz spins things around. Now dropping Daniels to the ground as Ortiz goes into a moonsault from the middle rope. Now just stamping on the arm of Christopher Daniels as well. Ortiz into that big DDT on Christopher Daniels, and Ortiz feeling happy with himself. But Santana's struggling there with Kazarian. Santana has been busted open as well, actually. You can see the blood dripping down past his bandana. Daniels now jawbreaker on Ortiz. Santana sending Kazarian into the corner. Kazarian spins it back on him. Oh, Santana, big boot in the face of Kazarian. Sending him off as Christopher Daniels completely misses a drop kick. And this is the chance here, the inner circle, I think. Ortiz now. Nice running Death Valley driver on Christopher Daniels as Santana catches Kazarian with a boot in the face. Still only a 2. Wow. Both these teams know how important this victory is. They don't want to drop to the bottom of the rankings alongside the Butcher and the Blade. Nice wheelbarrow neckbreaker there by Ortiz on Daniels. Daniels is back up on his feet though. Now taking Ortiz up into, wow, Styles Clash. Rolls it straight through. Santana's made the dive. Wow, SCU pick up the win. Santana, for some reason, just so intent on paying attention to what he was doing. He wasn't paying attention to his tag team partner who had been pinned. And that is a very important win for SCU, which puts them back up to 0 in the rankings, whereas Proud and Powerful now drop down to -2 alongside the Butcher and the Blade at the bottom of the rankings. Good win for SCU, Kazarian and Daniels. I need to remember to give them singles points as well, don't I, here, really? Where are we? Christopher Daniels, 1. Frankie Kazarian, 1. Ortiz and Santana, -2s. That's not going to work out very well for them at all, is it, really? Anyway, great win for SCU. Not great for Santana and Ortiz. And once again, the inner circle in a bit of trouble here. And here we go then, our second match of the evening. We've got Lance Archer one-on-one against Dustin Rhodes. At the moment, Lance Archer is unbeaten in this Universe mode. 2 wins from 2 matches for him. Dustin has had 1 win and 1 loss. Of course, Dustin did defeat Cody at All In. And then he lost at... Oh. Talking of Cody, his music kicks in here straight away. Once again, distracting Dustin. And Cody's behind Dustin. And there's the crossroads once again. Wow. I mean, Cody did this to Dustin a couple of weeks ago when he faced off against John Moxley. And again. But Dustin does kick out Cody. Wow. Cody not happy. Say it was Dustin who defeated Cody at All In. Cody's big opportunity to showcase what he can do on the main stage. We're yet to see Cody in a proper match since, but he really has not been happy with his older brother taking it out on him. And Dustin, though, really building up aggression from this. Here's a pin by Dustin on Lance Archer. Archer kicks straight out. And it's almost like Cody, though, with that attack on Dustin, although taking the energy away from Dustin, what it has done is it sort of annoyed Dustin. It sort of G'd him up. It sort of made him more aggressive, but I don't know if that's where you want to be against Lance Archer. I don't think you can beat Lance Archer in a battle of aggression. I think you need to not try and fight Lance Archer with power, because you're not going to win against a man like Lance Archer with power. There you see, look, the clothesline by Dustin. And Archer just boots the head straight off of Dustin. If you're going to beat Lance, Dustin, you're going to have to try and outsmart him. You're not going to outpower him. And Archer, he's a very agile man for a big man. Dives with the elbow right to the spine of Dustin. Brings Dustin back up. And Dustin just clotheslines Archer to the outside. Wow. Big clothesline there by Dustin. Sorry, and Lance Archer. There's a Russian leg sweep on the outside. But you got to think going through Dustin's mind at the moment has got to be Cody. 100%. For the second time in the space of a couple of weeks, your younger brother has assaulted you mid-match. It cost him a victory. Well, we don't know if it cost him a victory, but he lost a match against John Moxley with Cody's interference. And with Cody's interference here again, he could lose another match here against Lance Archer, which would not be a great situation for Dustin at all. Dustin, big knee in the gut of Archer. Now sending Archer across, and Archer tripped over the matting, landing on the ground, and Dustin doing incredibly well here to be in control of Lance. Oh, Dustin snuck it! What? Wow, Dustin's so cheeky, and I was saying earlier on, weren't I, that if you're going to beat Lance Archer, you're not going to do it by outpowering him. You're going to have to outsmart him, and that's exactly what Dustin did. He held Archer on the outside until the ref got to a 9 count, then Dustin just slid back in just ahead. Wow. That is very smart by Dustin, I must admit. Very smart. But the question's got to be now is what happens between Dustin and Cody here. I feel like we're going to have to look at setting up a match between those two at Blood and Guts, maybe. It seems like the obvious thing, doesn't it, really? Dustin versus Cody. Blood and Guts, the rematch. Lance Archer cannot be happy with this at all. He's just been outsmarted, and Lance Archer's got a massive match coming up on Dynamite. A potential qualifier for the AEW Championship match inside the Elimination Chamber. And he's just been done over here by Dustin Rhodes. What a win by Dustin, though. Massive victory for him. Yes, then here we are into promotional match here. Part of course, Fyter Fest, the gaming festival. We have got the New Day representing, of course, WWE, taking on the Elite, Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks. This should be an interesting one. Of course, at the moment, Kenny Omega is looking good on +3. The Bucks are currently on 0 with 1 win and 1 loss. And of course, New Day are not part of our roster, so they've got nothing. And they won't become long-term either. This is just a one-off match here between these two teams. A great way to showcase some fantastic ability. Nice powerbomb sit out there by Omega. And at the moment, it's the New Day who are looking pretty damn strong. Kofi here now with Matt Jackson. Rolls him through. Then again, we can't say who's looking strong anymore because tonight has not been a match about... Oh, tonight has not been a night about being strong at all, has it really? I mean, we've seen a couple of jobbers and the local talent defeat Dynasty. We've seen Darby Allin lose to Luther. We've seen Dustin Rhodes defeat Lance Archer. It doesn't matter who the strongest competitor is anymore, does it really? The game just randomly rolls a dice at this point in time by the looks of it. That's knee in the face there, and the Bucks trying to take some control back over in this match. Omega with Kofi up at his shoulders. Nick Jackson raining the punches on Big E, but he can't take the big man down. The big man's just too strong at this point in time. And all of a sudden the New Day are back in charge. Big E now taking Nick Jackson to the outside. It's Kofi, Matt Jackson on the inside with Xavier Woods now as well. And Kenny Omega's dropped to the outside on his own. Xavier going to join him. And it is the New Day in full control of this match at this point in time. But of course, as always in these matches, the first elimination is so important. Woods now dropping Kenny Omega face first onto the knee. Now dropping an elbow into the inside the knee of Omega as well. And Xavier Woods looking incredibly good. Of course, Xavier Woods is the main gaming component of WWE. I do apologise, my speech is still very much impaired by the missing tooth. There's an Ibushi bomb there by Omega on Xavier Woods. That's massive, that is. And then he gets taken down by the clothesline of Kofi Kingston. Of course, you need to always have eyes in the back of your head in this match type. You have to keep an eye on all three of your opponents at all times. And of course, don't forget, we've still got the main event for you after this one. We're going to see Pac versus Fenix versus Pentagon in a triple threat to see who will be joining Hangman Page inside, of course, that Elimination Chamber. As now, this could be a big opportunity. There's a super kick there by Matt Jackson on Xavier Woods. There's the pin. And they're fighting over who's going to go for the pin. That allowed Big E back in. Big mistake there, I think. Big E, though, gets taken up by Kenny Omega. One wing angel by Kenny Omega on Big E. 1, 2, and 3. There's the first elimination. Big E is out. It's 3 on 2 now. Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods against all 3 members of the Elite. There was a V-trigger there, I think, by Kenny Omega on Xavier Woods there in the confusion. But this would be a huge win for the Bucks and for Kenny Omega, especially for Kenny, because it will put him joint top of the rankings alongside Angelico. Of course, had that very strong start in the Battle Royal. Omega now gut-wrench into the sit-out powerbomb on Kofi Kingston. And now Omega stalking Kofi. Looking for that V-trigger. And hits it as well. Here's the pin on Kofi. Xavier hasn't even noticed. 2. Only a 2 count. Yeah, it'll be a massive win here. Especially in the tag team division as well. It'll put them back up on a plus. Of course, they've had 1 win and 1 loss. They lost the Hybrid 2 in the first round of the Tag Team Championship tournament. So, not good for Omega and the Bucks. And I wonder what their opinion is at this point in time as well on the situation between Cody and Dusty. I suppose Dustin, not Dusty. I suppose they're trying just not to get involved at this point in time, but it can't look good on Cody's perspective that he's just turned on his brother this way. Although we've not really seen much link up between the Bucks and Cody or anyone like that, have we really? So this is a pretty interesting turn of events, really. And the Bucks need to watch out here because Kofi's inside the ring and Kofi's got the pin locked in. It was only a 2 count though. Now the Bucks re-enter. They need to make sure they utilize this numbers advantage as much as they possibly can. And there's a super kick by Nick Jackson on Kofi Kingston, middle of the ring. 1, 2, and 3. There's a second elimination. It's 3 on 1 now. It is the Bucks and Kenny Omega against Xavier Woods. I mean, it should just be a formality now, shouldn't it, really? Let's make sure I put them in the guest section so they can still get themselves some ranking points in the show. Nice rake to the back there by Nick Jackson. Another rake to the back as well. Really doing some damage there. And Kofi forced to leave the ringside area. And AEW going to get a big win here over WWE at this point. Nice elbow to the head there by Matt Jackson on Xavier Woods. Back in the ring. Now locking in this submission, just wrenching back at the neck of Woods. Kenny backed away into this corner. Is he potentially thinking V-trigger? Nope. Going to drop a knee into the spine of Woods. Matt Jackson brings him back up, and there's the super kick. But Omega's like, nope, we're not finishing it there. All 3 guys now continue this. Why are you dumping him to the outside? Why? What's the point in that? I don't see the point in dumping him to the outside, to be honest. And Omega going to join Woods out there. He's going to drop him into a backdrop on the apron. Of course, the hardest part of the ring. I still can't believe that Ron Johnson and Terry King are doing so well here, you know. I still can't believe those 2 jobbers have picked up a victory. It's crazy. It really, really is crazy. And there's a big knee in the face there of Xavier Woods by Kenny Omega. And Woods been busted open with that big knee in the face. Well, really busted open as well. Woods back in the ring. It's 3 on 1. It's just a matter of time here, isn't it, before Woods is taken down, I think, by the team of Omega and the Bucks. As a back rake there. I forearm by Nick Jackson, and Nick now going to take Xavier Woods up to the top. And he's looking for a Frankensteiner all the way across the ring. Nick now bringing him back up to his feet once again, looking for the super kick. It was avoided. And Woods trying to take down Nick and gets caught straight away by Matt Jackson with that spear and then being choked out. Fairly brutal here by the Elite. But Kenny has decided that it's now time to finish things off. Launches him up. Capture German suplex. I love that move. Electric chair, capture German. And the Elite pick up the victory here over WWE's The New Day. Great win for them. And that does put Kenny Omega joint top with 4 wins out of 4 matches now for him. The Bucks also raise up the rankings as well, back onto a +1 and into the tag team division. Of course, we are going to see the Bucks pick up another victory to make them +1. We've got the New Day, who are going to be part of the rankings. They drop onto -1. They're not going to be part of the proper rankings. What I've got is I've got a guest area of the rankings set up. So for one-offs or for people that are going to be every now and again, or you know, the sort of thing I'm thinking of. It's not like all the time sort of stuff. So they will be added into that. Anyway, there we go. 1 loss each for them. And it's time to move on to our main event of the evening. And here we go, the main event of the evening. Triple threat, all 3 members of the Death Triangle fighting for a place inside that inaugural AEW Championship Elimination Chamber match at Blood and Guts in a few weeks' time. Of course, Hangman Page is already there, and over the next few episodes, we're going to be filling the rest of that chamber up ready to become the first AEW champion. It's going to be a very interesting pay-per-view, Blood and Guts. We're going to crown our first AEW champion as well as our first tag team champions, and potentially hardcore champion as well if we can find a space. I'm not sure yet. It's looking possible, but I don't want to commit yet until we know for sure. But it's going to be an interesting one. I think any of these 3 guys I would happily take as our first AEW champion. And it's Pentagon at the moment who is taking some control of this match. Of course, he is probably the much more brutal out of the 3, to be honest. He's the one who will quite happily beat the hell out of you. No questions asked. I mean, when you consider you're in a match against the other members of your stable, you'd think that there might be some conflicting feelings in that match, but I reckon Pentagon's gone in there going, yeah, I get to beat up my friends. He's just that sort of guy, I think. And he'll beat up anybody, as he's just shown there. He's just beating up the referee for no apparent reason now. Russian leg sweep there by Pentagon on Pac. Fenix with a clubbing blow to the back. Now Fenix in with a Hurricanrana. I still remember the first time that I sort of saw these 2 guys wrestle. I believe, I might be completely wrong here, but the first time I saw them wrestle was in Lucha Underground, of course. And I believe the match was Pentagon versus Fenix versus Drago in a triple threat. I might be completely wrong with that, but that's what I think. I'm pretty sure it was those, although it could have been... Was it Aerostar instead? Oh, I don't remember now. I mean, the first time I saw these Pentagon and Fenix wrestle, of course, was in Lucha Underground, but I think that was the match. I think it was a triple threat where they all 3 debuted in one go. Pac, obviously, I'd seen a lot of before. Before he even moved to WWE, I'd seen the match against Prince Devitt in New Japan. I've seen him wrestle in the UK as well, which was fantastic to see him live. And it's a shame what happened in WWE, but I think he has been a bit of a martyr for some cruiserweight wrestlers now. I think the likes of Will Ospreay, and obviously we saw Kota Ibushi and Zack Sabre Jr. As part of the Cruiserweight Classic, both reject full-time contracts with WWE because they knew they were going to get stuck in this cruiserweight division when they want to showcase their ability. They know they're better than that, and it's been a difficult thing to shake for some people. I mean, Cedric Alexander, Ricochet are in the process of attempting to do that at the moment. Whether they'll be allowed to do so long term, it'll be interesting to see, but it's good to see Pac move into AEW and be considered a main event talent. However, the next time we see Pac in AEW could be a question, because I don't know where he is. I believe he's based in the UK at the moment. And of course, with the travel ban, with the COVID-19, that sort of stuff, it'll be interesting next time we do actually see Pac in AEW. There's a pin by Fenix, only for a 1 count though. With Pentagon on the outside, that was a perfect opportunity for Fenix to go for it. Fenix now standing Spanish fly once again, going into the pin. 1. Only a 1 count once again. Wow, Pac showing great resilience. Kicking out after a 1 both times. And it is Pentagon now taking down Fenix. Going to drop him snake eyes across that top corner. A boot in the gut as well. And now Pentagon dropping a boot in the back of the arm of Fenix. Now into the pin. 1. Only a 1 count. Pentagon now bringing Fenix back up to a standing base. And now hooking the arm behind and dropping him in that scoop slam. And then just sliding straight through Pac. And Pentagon is a real force to be reckoned with. I'm a massive fan of Pentagon. I mean, I love all 3 of these guys. They're 3 fantastic wrestlers, but I feel like Pentagon is the one that I like the most. And if you know me well, you probably know why. I've often said in the past that I do quite enjoy the dark character in wrestling. I mean, I've always been a fan of The Undertaker. I love the Bray Wyatt. I've been a massive fan of Brody Lee as well. I mean, even going back into the past, when I've done some research into older wrestlers, I've always liked the idea of people like Brian Pillman and Bruiser Brody, and I was a massive fan of Mick Foley and Mankind when I was younger. And I do tend to err more towards those. And even in WCW, when I watched WCW, it was always Sting and Vampiro I used to like as well. So I tend to enjoy that more darker character style a lot more, and I think that's what's done me well over the years. As there's the Canadian Destroyer there by Pentagon. This could be the chance. Pac's down on the outside. Referee's very, very slow to get down. Pac gets back in and breaks it up. I blame the ref for that, you know. I think Pentagon had that one, but the referee was so slow. And now Pac heading up to the top. Pac, is he thinking Black Arrow? He does think Black Arrow as well. Landing perfectly on Fenix. Pac taking Pentagon down with a Hurricanrana, and now shouting at the crowd. I think he should be trying to pin Fenix here. Fenix has just taken 2 real aggressive moves, and Fenix is not moving at all on the ground. It's almost like Pac and Pentagon fighting for the right to pin Fenix at this rate. And it is Pac who finally does pin Fenix, but has it been too long? It has. Fenix able to recuperate enough to kick out of that. Fenix, of course, hit with the Mexican Destroyer, then in with a Black Arrow, and now Pac looking for that deadlift German. And now Pac dropping into the pin. Pentagon crawling, they're trying to break it up, and I think he did just get there to break that up. Or did Fenix kick out? It was one of the 2. Pentagon here now is back up on his feet. On the corner, taunting away at the crowd. Pac once again dropping into the pin, and Pentagon once again there to break it up. Pentagon now, he's got Pac up, hooks him. Package piledriver, Fenix is down and out. This is Pentagon's chance, there's the pin. Fenix no chance in breaking this one up. But Pac able to kick out after 2. Wow. Incredible resilience shown by the man from Newcastle, England. Like, Pentagon saw Pac running towards the corner there and thought, nope, I'm not staying in a position where I can get hit with a Black Arrow. Pentagon now dumping Pac to the outside, and I think he had a bit of a thought there that maybe Fenix was the one to keep an eye on, and Fenix now taking Pac into that Fisherman's Buster. Drops into the pin. Mate, if Fenix gets a win here. Wow, it's only a 2 once again. Pac able to kick out, but Fenix has been a bit of a whipping boy for the last few moments. If he can pull off a win now, this will be insane. Fenix now, Mexican Destroyer on Pac, but Pentagon is back in the ring. Fenix now, Northern Lights suplex on Pentagon. And Fenix is in control here. But he's got to do something. He's got to either continue the aggression or go for the pin. He can't just stand there, looking like some sort of melon. Nope, he's going for the melon tactic instead. Okay. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe he can just stand there and look like a melon. As Pac's back up on his feet, Fenix gets caught with a boot in the gut. Why did Fenix just stand there doing nothing? Pac now sits out powerbomb on Fenix. Of course, Pentagon's back up on his feet and broke it up. Why? Just why, Fenix, did you stand there and do nothing? Pac now dumping Pentagon to the outside as well. And Pac heading up to the top. What is Pac even thinking here? This normally never works. Yep, it never works. Pac crashes and burns. And the battle... Of course, it's a triple threat, so there's no disqualifications, but, of course, pinfalls and submissions only take place inside the ring. As all three guys are now back inside the ring. Fenix with a pin. Pentagon... Do something, Pentagon. He just stared at it. Pentagon now backed away into the corner, taking a bit of a breather. Spotting the right moment to go after Pac, who has been busted open. Went for the super kick. Pac fought back. Pentagon once again with a boot in the gut of Pac. Now into the corner. Pentagon super kick into the knee and then follows it up with that Canadian or the Mexican destroyer straight into the pin. But Fenix did break it up. Fenix just stood there and watched for a moment. Fenix rolling through beautifully there, taking Pentagon down. Pentagon dragon screw on Fenix. Fenix rolls to the outside. Pentagon a boot in the arm of Pac. Now drags him around. What's his plan here? He's going to go for the arm breaker. Pentagon, boom, arm breaker on Pac. It's a wise move actually, because it might greatly weaken Pac's potential Rings of Saturn should he try and lock it in. What a match this has been, by the way, between these three. We knew it was going to be good. This main event was always going to be good. All three men back up on their feet, well, for a short period of time anyway, until Pentagon just slid straight through Pac. Now Pentagon, nice takedown there. Michinoku, spinning Michinoku driver. Doesn't go for the pin though, looks to continue the assault. Pentagon now spins Fenix around. Into the tornado DDT. Pentagon trying to bring Fenix back up, but Fenix fighting back with a jawbreaker. Now sending Pentagon into the corner. And Pentagon fighting back. He knows that Fenix is very dangerous in that corner. That's how he likes to set up both the Muscle Buster and the Destroyer, as Fenix just sends Pentagon straight into the running movement of Pac. And now, again, I think Pac must have known what Fenix was potentially looking for. Pac takes Fenix up onto the top into that big Hurricane, or Frankensteiner, shall I say. Pac now bringing Pentagon back up to his feet. Pentagon fighting back with that stiff forearm, another one as well. Looking for the boot in the gut, but Pac fights back with a dragon screw. And Pentagon very smartly rolls outside the rope so he can't get pinned. But Pac catches him there with a strong right hand. And it's Pac who's in control here of the Death Triangle. Pentagon fighting back, looking for that boot in the gut of Pac, but Pac fighting back as well. Into the ring steps. Wow. I mean, you can't help but think there's going to be some sort of long-term relationship issues here between this stable after this match, because they're taking a hell of a lot out of each other, aren't they? Standing Spanish Fly by Fenix on Pac. Pentagon back onto the apron as well, comes back into the ring. as Fenix just pulling back at the head of Pac, and Pentagon just about broke it, I think. Pac now sit out scoop slam on Fenix. Tries to hook the leg, but Pentagon stood right there. It's not going to work somehow, is it? Pac now. Wow, Dragon suplex on Pentagon. Pac just probably needs to think about the submission here, really. I mean, they've all taken a lot of damage in this match now. The submission would probably win the match for him, as you see Pentagon now hooking the arms, looking. I think he was looking for a package power driver. Pac able to reverse it. Fenix now catches him into the corner. Fenix now springs up onto the top into the Hurricanrana. Now stalking the grounded Pac. Pentagon back up to a sitting base. I don't think Pentagon's going to get back in time here. This could be Fenix's opportunity. Here's the pin. 1, 2. Pentagon slides back in. It's only a 2. Pac kicked out of the Mexican Destroyer. Northern Light suplex by Fenix on Pentagon. This match. This freaking match. Big clotheslines by Fenix. Super kick taking down Pentagon. Meltzer's going to love this one, I tell you. Meltzer's going to absolutely love this match as Pentagon hooking the arms. Package power driver on Fenix. But Pac's now back up on his feet. Pac now taking Pentagon up into a powerbomb and stacks him up for the pin. 1, 2, and 3. And Pac gets the win. Wow, what a match between these three. Absolute 5-star main event. It's Pac who will be joining Hangman Adam Page inside the Elimination Chamber to fight it out to become the first AEW champion. Wow, what a win. Of course, Pac picks up 2 points for winning a triple threat match. Of course, Pentagon and Fenix pick up a loss, which is going to put them back down to the level playing field of 0. But I'm sure with their ability, it won't be long before they get themselves back up towards the top. Great win here for Pac in what was possibly, well, definitely the best match we've had so far in this AEW Universe mode. Wow, what a win. And what a match and what a show. It's been a great Fyter Fest. I hope you have enjoyed it. Of course, if you have, make sure you hit the like or subscribe if you want to see some more. We'll be back in a few days' time for our next episode of AEW. It will be Dynamite, and we'll be having a lot more qualifiers for the AEW Championship Elimination Chamber match at Blood and Guts. I've been Shabby Gamer. Thank you very much for watching. I've said this already, but goodbye. Bye.